7 reasons why Park City is a magical and epic and phenomenal place to celebrate Christmas. Reason number 1, close proximity to the Salt Lake City International Airport. Out of all the ski areas in the country, Park City is probably the closest to an international airport. It has many direct flights from Texas, from New York, from Hawaii, from all over the place. And you're only about 40 minutes from the international airport. So you hop on a plane and you're flying in and flying down the mountain the same day. You literally get off your plane and get straight to the slopes and you're not wasting any time. Oftentimes you can just grab a shuttle to your hotel. Many hotels around here are very luxurious and high-end and offer a shuttle to and from the airport. Otherwise, you can book your own shuttle. You could take an Uber or a Lyft. You could also rent a car. If you're not renting a car, don't fret because Park City has a free public transit system, so if you choose to opt in and use a hotel shuttle or a private service or an Uber or a Lyft, have no fear, you'll still be able to get around town easily and for free on the free bus system. Also, many hotels, if you choose to stay at a hotel and not like an Airbnb or VRBO, they often have like Main Street service, and sometimes in Deer Valley they'll have a car service that will take you up to like anywhere within 6 miles. Which brings me to my next reason why to choose Park City is the free bus system and the free shuttle system. Park City is a tale of 2 cities. You got the 84060 and the 84098. This is what I always tell my real estate clients who are looking to come here. When everybody thinks of Park City, they think of the heart of Park City. They think of Main Street, the town lift, Deer Valley. They think of the White Barn. So if you've ever watched American Idol, they always had a big picture of the White Barn when there was somebody from Utah on the show. So everything that is the 84060 that is considered Park City is that White Barn into town. So Main Street, town lift, all those phenomenal neighborhoods, and Deer Valley. That's all considered the 84060. The 84098 is actually Snyderville Basin. So this is more Kimball Junction area, this is the Canyons area, this is Summit Park, Pine Brook, and Jeremy Ranch where Woodward Park City is. It's Silver Creek, it's Promontory, it's those areas. So the 84098 is much more expansive. The 84060 is a lot more of a tighter, smaller area. Also more expensive. For gas, for homes, for gas, for real estate, for homes, for groceries, everything is more expensive, but it's definitely the heart and soul of Park City. And when you think of Park City, that's generally where people want to be when they're visiting here. Really don't have to rent a car unless you feel like you're gonna be driving around and you want to explore the areas, and you maybe want to drive to Salt Lake or down into Heber or explore Hideout or drive around, but you really do not need to rent a car. You can just take an Uber, a Lyft, or a shuttle, and then once you're here, you can just utilize the free public transit system to get yourself around. Also recommend that if you're staying here, try to go for ski in, ski out. That way you're not dealing with resort parking, Old Town parking, and you just don't have the hassle and the battle of the parking. And this year, they're actually going to have reservations at Park City Mountain Resort parking. So keep that in mind. Keep that on your radar. Third reason that I would choose Park City is because of the historic Main Street. Like many ski towns like Crested Butte, Breckenridge, Telluride, they all have that iconic downtown, even Steamboat Springs. If you've ever driven through Steamboat Springs, reminds me a lot of Park City. It's just very historic. It's such a small town. You love it. It warms your heart. There's so many shops and boutiques and art galleries and amazing places to eat, and there's bars and nightlife, and people are fun because Park City is one of the only towns in Utah that was not discovered by Mormons. It was discovered by the miners. So the majority of Utah was pioneers that discovered it, that were the Mormon pioneers, and Park City was the only portion that was really miners that turned to skiers, and then the skiing became so popular that it turned into ski bums. So it was like mining to ghost town to a ski town to this thriving, affluent alpinist town where people just want to have tons of wealth and play in the mountains. One thing about Main Street that is different from all other ski areas is that I don't know any other ski area that has the lift that drops you right into town. I think that is probably the coolest of the cool. The town lift. Literally the lower half of Main Street, you can take it up to the mountain. From the mountain, you can take it down to Main Street. I don't know any other towns that have that. Just saying. The fourth which brings me to my fourth reason, chair lift access from Main Street. Super cool. Super unique, no other ski towns have it. Usually right around like December 21st, somewhere between there, it depends on the year, you'll have to check the dates and the events, but we usually have Santa Claus that comes down the town lift. There's lots of fun festivities, it's already lit up, it's got so much hustle and bustle, everybody's in their holiday gear, it's just full of super fun times. The reason to choose Park City for Christmas is because we have a ton of lodging options. So whether you want to stay in a hotel, whether you want to stay in a 5-star hotel, we've got the Montage, the St. Regis, and classic iconic Steins, which are located up in Deer Valley. You've also got Pendry at the Canyons Village. Then you have a lot of mid-tier hotels as well, like Grand Summit, Silverado, Sundial. You could also stay in a ski and ski out condo like the Apex or the Lift. There's also a million other short-term rentals in Park City. You could Airbnb it, you could VRBO it, you could book through a vacation rental property management company in Park City. If you just type into Google, Park City Vacation Properties, and literally you'll get bombarded with hundreds of vacation rental management companies here that manage all the short-term rentals in Park City. And you really can't go wrong. Although one tip, if you want to be close to town, you want to be close to Main Street, so you want to be looking in Old Town. So if you really want to be close to the slopes, more ski and ski out, I'd be looking at Canyons Village, I'd be looking at Park City Mountain Village Base, also Old Town and Deer Valley. The places that I would be looking, otherwise you're going to be riding the bus a lot, schlepping your skis a lot, or having to drive into town, find parking. Some people care. They're okay with that. And some people would prefer not to have to deal with that because sometimes you have little kids, right? And there's a lot of gear that comes with kids. A million varieties for short-term rentals. There's stuff in Prospector, there's stuff in you can't go wrong with any short-term rental anywhere you are. I would just what your goal is, how close do you want to be to the resort, and make sure that when you're looking at those short-term rentals, you actually look at the map and the distance and where the bus stops are. Will we be able to get on a bus if we're not staying right at the resort, or if we don't rent a car? There's also great rentals that are in and around Hideout, Utah, which is still really close to Park City. It's kind of where the Jordanelle area is. It's the reason that why you should celebrate Christmas in Park City is because what's Christmas without an awesome sleigh ride? Tons of great activities to do on non-ski days or for non-skiing people. There are spas, there's tons of shopping. Main Street is loaded with shopping. If you're just walking around at the resort, it's loaded with fabulous shopping, high-end shopping stores, brands, everything you could ever ask for. There's art galleries. If you love to look at the art, even if you don't love to look at the art, I would seriously go check out some of these art galleries. They are phenomenal. They're beautiful. We have so much creative talent in this town. It's exceptional. So go check out the art galleries. You can't go wrong. There's a million places to eat, a million places to grab a cocktail, tons of appraise options. I mean, literally everyone always comes to me and is like, where should I go eat dinner, Nicole? And I'm like, drive up to Main Street. You have 100 restaurants up there. There is something for anyone. If you want sushi, if you want Mexican, if you want Italian, there's super fine dining, like the River Horse is super expensive and exquisite and very fine dining. And then you also have stuff like the Boneyard, which is not right on Main Street. The Boneyard is awesome, and so is Blind Dog. I highly recommend checking that out if you are in Park City. It's delicious. There's also High West. High West is super popular, right? High West whiskey. We have our own distillery here, which is about 35 minutes from Park City. They're located out in Colville, but they have a Main Street location, which is right by the town lift. So non-skier activities, if you're not a skier or a snowboarder, you could go tubing, you could go for a sleigh ride, you could go snowmobiling, and I made an entire video about things to do in Park City during the winter. You could also go check out the Midway Ice Castles if you have a car. That is located probably about 35 minutes from Park City, so you do have to drive to Midway for that. But that doesn't usually take place till January, so it depends on when you're coming. And I also made a video about the Midway Ice Castles over here. And the 7th reason why you want to choose Park City for Christmas is because you have ski terrain for all abilities. For people who have never been skiing or snowboarding before, to people who are like super good, like me. And if you're kind of like, okay, like, I'm bored, where should I go next? You could always go cat skiing at Park City. If you have the dough, you could go heli skiing with powder birds Also, you've got a million other resorts to choose from, like Snowbird, Alta, Sundance, Solitude, and Brighton. So if you want to get out and explore different resorts, like you could do Park City one day, you could do Valley one day. If you want to get down Little Cottonwood or Big Cottonwood Canyon up in Salt Lake, or you want to drive all the way over to Provo to check out Sundance, you can do so. But going back to Park City has terrain for everybody. So if you've got people in the family or people that you're traveling with that have never skied or snowboarded, they could take a lesson. And then the people who know what they're doing are gonna have a blast too, because you've got 7,300 acres of terrain to explore and 43 chairlifts. There's terrain for everyone. There's something for everyone here. And if you've got kids that love to ride the terrain parks, you've got endless opportunities to go have fun at the terrain parks. You've got trees for tree skiing people. You've got great groomers for people who just want to stay on the groomers. You've got moguls for people who want to do the mogul thing. And you've got green runs, blue ones, black ones, double blacks, all the above. Jupiter is probably the most difficult area to ski at Park City, as well as 9990. And the best place for beginners is probably the Park City Mountain Village Bayside, because you've got first time and you've got home run, and you've just got a lot more green friendly terrain there. Then once you're ready to step it up to blues, you have King Kong, which is super great for intermediate skiers. And then you've also got McConkey's. Everybody loves a good McConkey's run because of the views. You get off the lift and you're looking at Guardsman's Pass. That's all backcountry when you get up to that lift. So when you're on McConkey's lift and you get off the lift, I hope that you'll think of me if you watch this video and be like, oh dang, yeah, she was right. Look at that beautiful view. That's all backcountry. Look, Heber's over there, Midway's over there. Okay, if we go that way, that takes us to Brighton, but you can't get to Brighton that way in the winter unless you have a snowmobile and all the backcountry equipment and everything. Otherwise, you have to go down through Parley's and up through Big Cottonwood. But in the summertime, it is a scenic drive that is quite beautiful. Bonus tip for when you come to Park City, Utah, and you're coming here for Christmas and the winter time, make sure that you are dressing appropriately and bringing warm clothes. Bring lots of layers. Ladies, if you like to look cute, you gotta find cute snow boots, because you're gonna fall on your ass and slip and fall if you're wearing heels everywhere. You can't wear that here. You will literally fall on your butt. There are so many cute snowshoe brands, like check out Sorel, check out Moon Boots, go to Cole Sport. They've got a high-end line of all the coolest snow cute stuff, and you can deck yourself out. Just come prepared, because sometimes it can be warmer, sometimes it can be cooler, and you just want to have layers so that you can take off and put on when necessary. Hey, what's up? My name is Nicole Bowdle. I'm a local real estate agent in Park City, Utah. If you loved this video, then please check out my channel.